What's up, everyone? I got a little video here for you talking about two different plates and how to mix them together. I've got an orange plate, I've got a blue plate, and I'm going to answer some of the questions that I often get about things that may go wrong. For instance, why do my plates stick? How can I get the good shapes? How can I get my colors to pop? So here, I got a little video for you. It's about 6-7 minutes long. Check it out. I hope you like it. I hope you get something out of it. We're going to start off with a set of convex glass. This would be the slow sets from my store. Basically, it's two pieces of convex glass that fit into each other, allow the liquids to be squeezed in between them. You're going to use some mineral oil, some 70% isopropyl alcohol, some water. We're going to use some oil-based dye from my store. This is the orange, the yellow, and the icy blue. For water-based dye, we're going to use Dr. P.H. Martin's Synchromatic Transparent Watercolor. We have the magenta and the Nile green. And we're going to start off with just the bottom plate. We're going to leave it open, and we're going to pour in some mineral oil. Then we're going to drop in some of the orange dye, oil dye, right into it. Going to swish it around a little bit. And also, I'm just putting my finger in there. I'm just mixing it up to help it mix a little bit faster. Now we're going to add in the isopropyl alcohol. 70%. Here's a little secret ingredient I like to use, black inkjet printer ink for the inside part of the plate. It will stain your hands a lot. I would recommend wearing gloves with it. And we're adding that just to the isopropyl alcohol. In this plate, we're not using any water. Now we're going to take the top piece and start to squish. I think this is where a lot of people might run into trouble. They ask me a lot, my plates stick, or I'm not getting any cool shapes, and let's start to fix that. One of the things you can do is open it up and put your hand in there and just move it around. Most likely the mineral oil is sticking to the bottom of your plate, so go ahead and loosen that up, and go ahead and now squish it. You can see we're still having some problems, not really looking that great, but let's go ahead and add a little bit more of the black ink to it. This will help bring out the definition a bit more and color it. Again, I always like to do it little by little, but we can already see it's not sticking as much as it was before. I'm gonna move it around just a little bit more with my hand, just to make sure that it's like loosened up from the bottom. And I'm going to also go ahead and add in a little bit more isopropyl alcohol. Again, doing this little by little is always the smarter move. And I poured a little bit more in, and now the shapes are coming out a bit more. And now you can see we have some defined shapes around the sides. So here's a problem. In the center, you can see it's very white. We're getting a bunch of washing out there. We're getting a hot spot. That's because of where the plates touch the most. So what we're going to do now is pour mineral oil on top of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to repair this from the top. And now I'm going to take some yellow, and I'm going to drop that in there. This is yellow oil dye into mineral oil, and I'm going to move it around and mix it up. And now I am going to cover up that hot spot from the top layer by adding in the yellow, and now we have removed the hot spot. I'm going to drop just a tiny bit of water in the top. I want to get some more variety in my plate, and so I'm just going to add a little bit of water to that mineral oil, and within that water, I'm going to drop in that Dr. Martin's magenta watercolor, and I'm going to drop that in there, and now I have globs of water floating inside the mineral oil. All right, and yeah, that's kind of getting somewhere. All right, let's go ahead and try another plate. We're going to do this one under the other camera. Same thing, open big plate on the bottom. We're going to add in some mineral oil. I'm going to add in some of my icy blue oil dye. And you might notice too that this light table underneath it is rotating. This is, again, something else I have in my shop. A lot of this stuff you can find in my store. And I am just mixing around the icy blue. I am now adding in some of the isopropyl alcohol. And before I even squish this time, I'm just going to go ahead and mix it all up. And you can see already how the loosening up that mineral oil is going to already start getting you to cool bubbles. Now I'm going to add in some of the black printer ink, inkjet ink. Even though it looks a little blue, that's because it's next to the icy blue. It's actually a black ink. And now I'm squishing. And you can already see we got some really good shapes going on. I think that's because I already mixed and loosened everything up and prevented the oil from sticking before I even squished. So you might want to probably do that even just to begin with. And now simply with using my video mixer, I'm just blending them, kind of going back and forth. I'm trying out different blend modes on my video mixer, and already there, I think I have something that's starting to look pretty good. But I think I might want to add a little bit more variety to this. So I'm going to go ahead and add something else to the top of that other plate. Again, I'm going to add in some mineral oil, and I'm going to add in a little bit of water to the top, just a tiny bit. And within that water, I'm going to now add in my Nile Green Dr. Martens watercolor. Yeah, I kind of had the bottom of my bottle there, but just enough to kind of cover it and add a little bit of color dynamics to my plates here. And now I'm just mixing them up using the video mixer. One of the things that's helpful here, that's helping get this look, is that I used black ink for the water part of the inside part of the plate, and my video mixer has a black key. Keying is basically, it's a type of green, almost like green screening, and instead of punching out the color green and showing something else, we're punching out different amounts of black from the image. And because the plates themselves already have black in them, we can just punch that right out and overlay them. This is also similar to what you would do if you were going to do this with straight up analog projectors, where you have negative space and a lot of black in that image. That obviously, black is the absence of light, but you're projecting light into the places where you have the absence of light. And so that's what's really, really helpful in terms of the composition here. And yeah, there we go. I think we have a decent 2-plate composition, and we're ready to rock. I'm kind of feeling this right here. All right. Hope that helped.